finally got around to it, y'all. What's good, Meami? Please ain't. Today, man, we about to tackle my top 25 tracks of the year. I won't even lie to y'all, man. It's definitely been a very interesting year in music this year. I don't know, man. I'm kind of up and down with it. You know, we had some highlights, and then there were some times where it was like, wow, what is really going on in this music world? But at the end of the day, music is very subjective. It's, you know, to each their own. You know, you're gonna like what you like, and I'm gonna like what I like, and that's the beautiful thing about this world. We all can have an opinion, kind of, sort of, because a lot of people are now sensitive nowadays. They get really butthurt. But yeah, man, I'm glad I've been here for a year and a half now. I've been doing this music thing for about a year and a half. I did my list last year. It wasn't really that good, but I got better, and you know, I've got better with the better mic and the better editing, and you know, as time goes on, I get more comfortable with this music thing and whatnot, and talking on camera and all this stuff, and you know, because I now, you know, have a following, 100K, hit 100K also this year, so you know, man, I just want to say I'm very appreciative. That's all I'm gonna say before we start this. But like always, been fucking talking too much. Let's just get on with the list, man. So number 25 comes Despacio. Yeah, I know that kind of threw y'all off, man. Honestly, I don't know what these dudes are saying in Despacio, but it just sounds really good. And then, you know, it hits the Despacio. Yeah, I'll be blowing. That track definitely, you know, had its hit on everybody because, you know, it's I think it's the most viewed video now. It beat Gangnam Style in less than a year. It's just really wild, man. I always say that, you know, when you get certain sounds, classic sounds, it's always gonna resonate to everyone, you know? Because Spanish music, you say it what or not, a lot of people, everybody in this world loves Spanish music. It's just that vibe, it's just that swag it gives off, and you know, it's very sexy. That's why I think Spanish music is very sexy. And you know, Justin Bieber did have a big part in that, but you gotta understand that the song was good without Bieber, and you know, Bieber just basically just gave it that recognition, gave it that clout, and everybody just jumped on the bandwagon. Definitely it wouldn't be a top 25 top song without having literally the #1 song on YouTube, most viewed video. So yeah, Despacio 25. At 24, man, we got Fuck Love. Yes, by Trippie Redd and XXXTentacion off of 17 album. That track right there very stood out to me, man. Like, I listened to Trippie earlier this year because I did a first listen. You guys told me to listen to Trippie, man, and I was definitely surprised at this cat. To me, he sounds like a better polished Lil Uzi. Definitely more emotion with him. I mean, there was one rap track he had, but for the most part, he does that like kind of like emo punkish rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, where he's like kind of like sounding like he's crying, but he's not really crying. You know what I'm talking about? And X came on that track too. You could definitely feel, overall on that album, you could definitely feel the emotion through X. The album to me was just, you know, a whole emotional roller coaster for those kind of people that feel that way. I don't think he got the message across like he wanted to, but I do feel like, you know, a lot of the masses did hear it, and a lot of people loved that album, including Kendrick Lamar and myself. You know, Trippie Redd was a great feature on there. The beat was overall good. I just love that song, man. I listen to it when I'm cruising down late nights on the streets, and you know, it really hits you when you think about it. Like, yo, fuck love. Like, at the end of the day, that's how I feel. You see this joint? Oh, it's not like a palm tree, dog. Like, I don't understand. This shit crazy. Hold on, let me fluff that bitch up. All right, man. Track 23, Shot Down, Khalid. The guy that y'all always say I look like. I don't understand why y'all say I look like him, but I think y'all say I got the Khalid hair. That's what it is. But my hair is just not curling right now. When I'm here, it's always frizzy. Anyways, Shot Down, man. I think that was the best track on his American Teenager album. He showed what he can do, man. Like, that boy can definitely sing. A lot of people say he was an industry plant. I don't believe so. I think he's earned, you know, every bit of recognition he got this year, just because, you know, like the kid's 18 years old. Yeah, a lot of y'all got me because I said El Paso, same thing. You know, he's a kid, 18-year-old kid, just graduated high school, and literally on, you know, late night shows, you know, album, you know, debuting at the top 50, I think it was, or top 25. Like, you know, you gotta give credit where credit's due, man. It's not like he can't sing. The dude can sing. And he, you know, he's only gonna go up from here, hopefully. You know, he's really young, you know, start to a promising career. And I just honestly think that Shot Down, you could feel, I feel like when it comes to Khalid, you can feel the emotion. You know, like, you can feel his hurt, you can feel his soul. That's why, you know, it sounds so good, because he's really singing from his heart. And you know, when that Shot Down track, man, you know, you shot down, you know, you like, you know, he really was on the bus, and you felt for the man. You felt for the man, like, yo, like, this girl really tore his heart. And you know, we've all been there once upon a time, so I definitely felt that track, man. 22 is A Mean Turf. Now, A Mean, man, I always said, look, the Caroline song, I'm not gonna lie, Caroline song, if you listen to it a couple times, it does grow on you. I do say that he still used that track to put him out there because he knew that it was going to be popular to the masses. You know, when you listen to the rest of his music, you would just be like, what is this Caroline shit? Because it's not you, man. This Turf track, at a point in time when I heard it, I'm like, yo, man, this is some amazing stuff right here. Like, you can definitely feel the soul in this kid. It did kind of remind me of a J. Cole. And then, you know, when he got Charlie Wilson at the end of the track, which is a legend. If y'all don't know who Charlie Wilson is, I understand. You know, y'all might be a little too young. Actually, Charlie was you know, during the current years as well. He was on Kanye's album. But you know, you get a legend in Charlie, and it's just like, yo, come on, man. Like, if Charlie sees something in you, then obviously you are doing something right. That track Turf, man, was something amazing, man. I was sitting there like, man, you really hit me right now. 21 is Face by Brockhampton. To be honest, man, a lot of those Brockhampton tracks was gonna be in this top 25 because I do listen to them a lot. Felt like, you know, it wouldn't be fair if I put them in the top 25. If I put 25 Brockhampton tracks, it wouldn't be reasonable if you think about it, because there is songs I do listen to just as much. But man, this Face track, man, I probably listen to this track at least once a week. It was just so, the way they're so versatile. First of all, Brockhampton is definitely versatile. They know what sounds good, and I think that they, like I said, they do have an advantage because they have so many, you know, dope artists and dope producers on their team. It feels like they can do anything. So when this Face track came on and I listened to it, it just hit me like, yo, so this is gonna be a slow track. So I wonder how they're gonna, you know, rap on this track, you know, who's gonna do what on the track, and they all made it work. Joba's chorus throughout the whole thing, you know, his vocals are very amazing, man. Dom, you know, I finally got the names right. First of all, I finally got the names right. So Dom was you know, the obviously the dude that always has bars. Kevin's, you know, the gay one, you know, that definitely, you know, has his own unique style. And then Dom is the one with the bars. Merlin is the one with the flow, you know, he has that crazy eccentric flow. But Dom, man, I was wondering how Dom was gonna, you know, do on Face. I was like, is there any way, you know, he can like not rap on anything? And man, that man definitely ripped that. You know, let's just take a listen to it.
I need a friend.
Yeah.
And you need a home. You need a home. I love when you come. I love when you come. I still feel alone.
Damn. I love when you come. I still feel alone. That line right there, man. Oh my God. Like, Dom definitely ate that track. They all ate that track. And you know, that's one of the underrated in this top 25. It should be higher, but there is definitely other tracks in here that I was vibing with. Track 20, speaking of vibes, track 20 is 2 Chainz, It's a Vibe. How could you not like this track? I mean, overall, Trey Songz did his thing. Janae, sexy as fuck at the end of the track, how she let it out. But Ty Dolla with the It's a Vibe, oh it's a vibe, big man. I think that 2 Chainz just knows that, you know, great music, how to create great music, and you know, he may not be the most lyrical artist in the game, but I always say, man, music is not always about the lyrics. You know, you gotta have great production, you gotta have a concept, you gotta have a sound that's gonna be appealing to the masses. Like, there's just no way you can get by with just straight lyricism. I'm sorry. I know a lot of y'all lyrical heads out there just think that's the only way to make great music, but it's really not, man. And you know, the track is what it is. It's a vibe. I mean, I don't know how else to explain that. All right, my 19th best track, man, is Gold. You know, Brockhampton, another Brockhampton appearance here. I feel like Gold to me was the most catchy track they had out of all the saturations. It definitely grabbed your attention, the upbeat tempo they had, you know, the way they were all attacking the flow, like raw production of that track, man, just grab the Lambo. That like, overall, man, I love the sounds. That track just grabbed me by the neck, and I'm just sitting there like, yo, this one right here, when I listen to, I get the instantaneous vibes. Like, man, I love this track, man. I love the creativity of this group. That's probably the one track when I got introduced to the first track that I heard, I'm just like, okay, I'm interested now, because you know, if you're gonna give me this is your introduction to Brockhampton, I'm fine with it, man, because that was something amazing that they created, and I was always wondering how they were gonna top that. and that was earlier in the year. And boy, did they prove me wrong. 18 best track, man, is Migos, Bad and Bougie. Look, man, other than Lil Uzi's yeah rant, the track overall to me was really good, man. They did not give Takeoff a verse. I don't know why they left him off of Bad and Bougie. I did not put that on here just for the meme. I don't know why they left Takeoff. They be like, he needs to just take over. That's what he really need to do, because Takeoff, I feel like, is the best rapper in that group. Quavo definitely had the best, you know, verse, the flow, everything, the way that beat was for him. Offset did his thing as well. It's a very catchy song. You know, they play it at the club everywhere. It's a club anthem, and you know, like I said, I listen to it even when I'm riding in the car. Like if I want to get hype, I'm playing Bad and Bougie. Like it is what it is. 17, Boredom, Tyler Creator. Boredom, the way he comes in, you know, that whole Flower Boy album, I was definitely not expecting that. For me, it was something different from Tyler. I feel like it was, you know, everything, you know, that was bottled, all his emotions, and he finally put it onto a, you know, album. And it was polished. I feel like it was a polished, emotional Tyler. If that makes sense. You know, Boredom was the best track on there to me. You know, Boredom, the way it started. Find some time to realize. Like, I was sitting there like, man, that boy, man, this about to be nasty. And you know, Tyler just rapping over this flowery beat, and you know, the sounds, man. It was very chill. All right, next track, 16, man. Stand Still, Sabrina Claudio. I'm in love with Sabrina Claudio. First and foremost, I am definitely in love with Sabrina Claudio. Her voice is, I don't know where her voice come from. You know when like you stick it in the vagina and then it's all hot and then you just feel it like it's all gushy. You know what I'm saying? You just go back and forth while it's gushy. That's what her voice is like. Yeah. For sure. If you don't know what the song is, man, Stand Still. That girl was singing her heart out, man. Like, you can't teach. I say with R&B, man, it's really hard to have a bad R&B track at the top level. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are on a top level, you know, you're a great singer. Obviously, you made it. I feel like there's a lot of rappers nowadays that suck, but they're out there. You know, everybody likes them, but they suck. But you know, when it comes to singing, you know, you just can't deny talent. And I think that's something Sabrina Claudio got, man. She definitely sexy. She from the MIA, you know, so I gotta support her hometown. That if you don't know the track, man, just go listen to it. Go watch the video. I fell in love, man. I swear to God. Track 15, Sylvan LeQ, Best Me. So I've been following young Sylvan for a minute. Sylvan, I like to call him Sylvan. But I've been following Young Sylvan for a minute, man, and I definitely appreciate his growth. A lot of y'all showed me when I first started my channel, y'all told me to listen to him. He used to be a part of Logic's group with Visionary, was it right? Visionary? And, you know, man, like I listened to this track and you could definitely hear, like there's a lot of underground gems out there that nobody don't really know about. Not even underground. There's just a lot of underrated artists out there that a lot of people sleep on just because, you know, the hardest part about, you know, music or any business you're doing is just the mass acceptance. You know, you need a lot of people to be successful. You know, not in all terms, you know, for self-success, but you know, when you're trying to make money, you know, you guys, the people that watch me on YouTube, you guys make me money, you know, like, and I'm not shit without y'all. So if y'all stop watching, then I go broke. Like, I'll literally have my other job and I will go back to being super duper broke than I already am. So with Sylvan LeQ, man, you know, he has a nice following and he had a lot of buzz this year, you know, just from watching him, you know, from watching the end of 2016 and then all of 2017. The Best Me track, first of all, starting out, I think it hit 1 million views on YouTube. And then he released a couple other tracks. Grateful was one of them, and then he also had 555, you know, in dedication to 444, you know, Jay-Z's album, which were all, you know, solid tracks, man. His album's coming releasing in January, and you know, the most standout track for me was Best Me. Like, if you listen to it, you can hear the soul. Like, this man, I had a chance to actually talk to him a couple times, and you know, when you hear people's story, their background story, you know, you don't know where really people come from with this music shit. You know, some of these people sacrifice everything for the music, and you know, it's never a guarantee. Like, a lot of y'all always say, you know, be a YouTuber, you know, be a full-time YouTuber. You could definitely blow up off this dev, but nothing's ever guaranteed. you know, you're taking a risk on yourself. So, you know, from him living on the bench and, you know, living, you know, not even check to check, just spot to spot, and, you know, people supporting him. And, you know, he went on tour this year, you know, did like a little tour, you know, now he got his own place. And, you know, I just love seeing success stories like that. So if y'all don't have a chance to listen to Best Me, man, just go take a listen to it. Track 14, The Weeknd, SZA. Everybody says, like, when you watch the video, look, the video was trash. The visuals was definitely trash. I didn't think she did it justice. I was waiting for her to, you know, slide in on the weekend to chill with some dude while his girl slide out, and, you know, some tears and stuff and some breaking. I was expecting a lot of drama. We did not get that. You know, she was just doing some dance moves, and I'm like, you know, it was sexy and whatnot, but you know, the song was meant to, for me at least, I got it. You know, she was a side girl, and she was basically in love with this dude, and there was nothing she could do except, you know, be there for the dude on the weekends, because that's the only loving she could get. And she was, you know, technically okay, and she was basically okay with being a side chick. It was basically like the side chick anthem. You know, everybody was basically, you know what's crazy? Everybody was supporting, like, yo, this my jam, this my jam. So I was like, you're basically saying you support, you know, cheating girls. Everybody's saying they support this. Yeah, you know what? Then they thought about it like, technically not, you know, everybody's like, nah, I really don't mess with that concept, but the track is booming. I can understand that, man. You know, the track is really good. Her vocals were really great. The overall production of it had that old SWV feel to it, you know, like 90s R&B. Love that track, man. 13. This is where it gets a little dicey. A lot of y'all might start hating me because of all these tracks at this point are all opinionated. Don't forget, it's all opinion. You know, it's what I can relate to, what I'm feeling, and how these tracks hit me, and also the replay value of the tracks. So, you know, with 13, we got Nav, Call Me. A lot of y'all don't really like Nav. Sometimes I can agree with you guys with Nav, gets a little repetitive. I say this a lot, but that track, Call Me, he didn't even have, at the time when I was jamming, when I did the review, he didn't even have that single out. Like, that wasn't his single. That wasn't his go-to single. He released a video for it, and it was just like I explained in the video, man. Like, I feel like Nav has a lot of, you know, inner demons. That's why he takes drugs. That's why a lot of people take drugs. And, you know, he's fighting those inner demons. And I always say, man, money can't buy you happiness. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Money can't really buy you happiness. You know, understand that you need money to live, but you don't need a surplus amount of it. You need just what you need. You just need to meet needs and a little bit more, and you can live a good life. You don't really need to make, you know, $200,000-$300,000 in this world. You can live a little, you can live a nice life with, you know, $70,000 a year. I mean, it is what it is. So Nav was basically saying in the song, you know, like, he's lonely, all this fame just got to him. You know, he can't even get a girlfriend anymore because of the fame. You know, he got to go on tour. He loses the girl he loves. He buys a house just to go home so he doesn't feel alone. That was some powerful shit right there, man. Like, the man is definitely fighting some inner demons, and I can definitely feel where he's coming from, man. You know, me getting a little older and you know, still having these trust issues and my outlook on relationships and everybody cheating, you know, it's not really good, and in the end it's just gonna end up me being alone. But at the same time, I am woke and I understand what's going on nowadays. Like, I'm sorry to say, man, a lot of relationships out there cheating. With social media out here, man, any girl can be in a DM. Like, any girl can send you a snap and it'll disappear forever. You'll never know. And I think nowadays a lot of people say, when I ask them, like, I'd rather not know. I'd rather not know that my girl's cheating on me. I'm like, that's crazy to me. So, you know, just a lot of, you know, the era we live in, a lot of fucked up people. Nav, you know, having a lot of regrets. You know, the money is and everything. I think this is the life he just didn't think it was. He didn't really think it was, you know, the life it was supposed to be. But, I mean, it is what it is, man. Pick your poison. Track 12 is Walk By Thundercat. Thundercat had a great album this year. I'm sorry, a lot of people slept on the album. It came out earlier this year. It was about February. Thundercat had a great album. If you like To Pimp a Butterfly, then you'll definitely like. I don't see why wouldn't you like Thundercat's album, Drunk. But the track right there, Walk By, featuring Kendrick, just gave me To Pimp a Butterfly vibes. It, you know, the jazzy sounds. It's very retro. Thundercat, that whole album for me, for Thundercat, it was just a production thing. You know, his production, you know, we had like 60, 70 sounds. It sounded like freaking Nintendo. Had a couple Sonic references in there. Like, yo, it was just all over the place. Jazzy beats, man. And that track right there was the best track on there. Another track I could say was equivalent was the one, the track he had with Wiz Khalifa also. But But this one definitely took the cake. Kendrick, showed out like always, man. I think, Kendrick did a great job this year on features, aside from his own album. But, man, Thundercat, if you didn't like it, go take a listen to it again, man. I guarantee you'll like it. All right, 11 is Unforgettable by Swea and French Montana. That was the bop of the summer. If you did not like that track, you just don't got no soul, man. You ain't got no rhythm, you ain't got something, because there is nothing to really hate about that track. Like, I'm gonna be stubborn. I don't even know the words, but I be one enough combo for 24 bullet. I just be jamming, man. I love island sounds. Island vibes to me is like whenever I think of island vibes, I think of Bob Marley. I don't think anybody really hates Bob Marley. There's just no way you can hate that guy. If you do, please unsubscribe from me right now. Just a dance hall track. They were in Uganda. I think they were in Uganda or somewhere, maybe Nigeria. Was it Nigeria? They were somewhere in Africa. They were just having a good time. You could feel the vibes, and that beat. I think that Jeremiah sold the beat to French Montana for like $1 million, and that song ended up making like super millions. A good flip, French Montana, shout out to you. All right, the 10th track, man. D to the A. Lil Yachty and T Grizzly. T Grizzly had a lot of buzz in 2017, man. He definitely came up. I was listening to T Grizzly before the LeBron era. All right, before LeBron put him on Snapchat, I was vibing to T Grizzly. I know a lot of y'all is out there as real OGs. First day out, y'all put me on. But I'm just proud to say that I was before the LeBron post, and I was listening to T Grizzly. But man, D to the A, the way them boys was feeding off each other, man, they ate that beat. Like that was some shit right there. I'm just like, yo, Yachty, why can't you always rap like this? Because Yachty was eating. That was definitely a total 180 from his album. That was not the same Yachty we got from that album, because that album was terrible. But man, D to the A did they thing. Obviously T Grizzly, man, I like the way he raps. He raps kind of like E40, but y'all say he from Detroit. But he has the West Coast vibes in me. I don't understand. Maybe he just adopted that West Coast style and put it into his own rap style. But I feel like he definitely a West Coast nigga. All right, number 9 would be Lightning Fire, Magic. Yeah, Lightning Fire, Magic, Prayer. That's what it is. Prayer. It's Lightning Fire, Magic. That's what I call it. I forget what the last word is, but the one off the Nerd joint. I think that was. Now that I listened to it multiple times, that might be the second track, my second favorite track on there, just because, man, like I like the production there. That whole album was just all about production. There was nothing lyrical about the album, if you really think about it. It was just an overall piece of art, and I love the art of it. And if you hear the whole concept of the album, mad ethnic, they were just basically saying like this is like for the black culture, it's mad ethnic, and you definitely can feel it, man. It was definitely a bop. You move every track you listen to was basically a bop. I love Pharrell Williams, man. Pharrell Williams is my role model, so I'm kind of biased. So that's another thing you can take account for. I know a lot of y'all didn't like that album, as I saw with the views. A lot of y'all didn't really like the album, which is okay with. I liked it. It was one of my favorite albums this year. Spoilers. Track 8, man. Lost Boy, Jaden Smith. Man, Lost Boy was something. A lot of people didn't like that track because they felt he went on too long with the song. I think it was perfect. It kind of had, it did have, like when you listen to it, it did have a Kanye vibe. Devil in a New Dress. It did sound like Devil in a New Dress. I think that's another reason why I like the song. Devil in a New Dress is another song that went on a little bit. Kanye let the beat ride. But you could tell Jaden has a big Kanye influence. It's in him, Childish Gambino as well. But I feel like he's finally finding himself. He's making a name for himself. I don't hate him. A lot of people say that it's a disadvantage that he's Will Smith's son. I think it's an advantage. I always said it's an advantage because the hardest part about music is virality, getting your name out there. His name is already out there. He's a Smith. And I'm not talking about The Matrix. Lost Boy to me, man, I felt that. The one line I think he said when he said, keep me humble, baby, sit me down. So lost. And I'm sitting there like, man, I understand what he's saying. Like, yo, if one subscriber said in the comment box, like, if you've never been in love, then you probably might not like this track. If you never got your heart broken, this track won't hit you as hard as it will hit others. And I felt that, man. Like my heart has been broken before, once upon a time, way back in you know, the Dragon Age. You know, I understand what he was going through, you know, being that guy right there, being in love with a girl, and you know, just not being able to have her, you know, and just, you know, waiting on the side, you know, like he basically said, I heard you and your guy broke up, you know, I'm right here, you know, like I understand where he's coming from, having something, you know, wanting something you can't have. It's tough, man. It's tough as a bitch, bro. Like I tell people. 7 would be EXO Tour Life. Do I even need to explain why EXO Tour Life is number 7? Like, I think I've used like 50 references in real life stuff. Like, you know, push me to the edge, and like 70 jokes I used this year. All my friends are dead. I don't want to see you cry. I think I've said it, you know, I don't want to see you cry. Like, the track was just overall a good track from Uzi. I can't even, and I'm a Uzi. I dislike Uzi. Uzi is not one of my favorite artists. He is not a go-to artist for me. I don't even think I would have anything in my Apple Play. I wouldn't even have any music from Uzi if it wasn't for Apple Music. You know what I'm saying? Apple Music is the only reason I actually listen to Uzi sometimes, because he pops up in my this is what you should listen to, Dev. Apparently Apple Music does not know me, but EXO Tour Life, one of the bangers of the year. It is what it is. I'm not gonna fight it. I liked it. Don't hate me, please. 6 would be my favorite track from Brockhampton, which is Junkie. I feel like Kevin Abstract, man, he ate that beat. You know, obviously he addressed the gay thing, I think, like multiple times in that track, and the way he was going at it with the beat and the you know, like the beat was so hype, and I was getting hyped. And then when it dropped, and then, you know, it did that kind of like eerie, you know, crazy vibe, you know, the psycho vibe, like and they're in the car, they're shaking their dreads and whatever, whatnot. And then Dom came in. And he ate that beat, dog. Like Dom, my bad for y'all. My bad. I think I did confuse Merlin with Dom, because Dom definitely got the best bars in there. Every time he get on something, he snap. It's like he just snap, crackle, pop. Rice Krispie treats on the bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. Track 5, Kites. Another track on my favorite track on the Nerd project this year, featuring MIA and Kendrick Lamar. The transitions in the track were amazing. Kendrick ate that. It sounded like it had this like Safari jungle beat, and then when Kendrick got on it, they switched it up, and then it you know, like I was fucking with it. And then MIA came at the end. She handled her own. You know, Chad, Pharrell, doing the thing on the production. I don't understand how, you know, after all these years, they can still be so relevant. Like Pharrell is still as relevant as he was years ago. In all honesty, he's more relevant, and he's getting younger and older at the same time. It makes no sense, man. The number 4 track, man, is F&J Intro from that Fab and Jada mixtape, man. That is literally the hottest intro of the year. Probably the hottest intro of the year, next to, if you want to count DNA, Jeezy's intro. Jeezy's intro was really good as well. But man, that F versus J intro, man, like them boys was. People sleep on Fab. People don't understand real. You want to hear a real lyricist? Go listen to that intro. Go listen to Fab verse and go listen to Jada. See, honestly, I didn't think they were gonna feed off each other like that. But the way they were going in with that beat, that dark, yo, it wasn't even October when this released. This released in November, and they got this Freddie versus F&J. It was basically Freddie versus Jason reference, and it sounded like it was like a creeper song. And they had that creeper beat. It was very eerie, and Fab was literally just going in. Dog, I always tell people, if you don't know who Fab is, go listen to Soul Tapes. Go listen to Soul Tape. Go listen to I'm Raw. Go listen to older Fab and learn what a punchline rapper is, because that's exactly what Fab was, man. Like, you want to talk about bars going at your throat? Fab. Jada, another one. Jada, a very underrated artist. Like, I would say, as an artist, I wouldn't like Jada as an artist, but as a rapper, like, you know what I'm saying, like bar to bar rapper, lyricist, don't fuck with Jada, bro. Like, you don't want that smoke, man. Like, you just really don't. And I feel like, man, both of them, the way they did that tape, I think, you know, a lot of people slept on it. First of all, a lot of people slept on it. Nobody didn't really sleep on the intro. The intro had a couple million views, but if you don't like real rap, then you probably won't like that track. Like, if you want to listen to Gucci Gang, 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 then you're just not gonna like. Then you're not gonna like this. I understand. To each their own. But maybe you should take a chance. And you know what? Hold on. Betty say, I want a baka baka to him. damn, like the shoe that had a hood on might have been Dr. Doom. Damn, nigga. Woo! Hey, man, that's the hottest intro of the year. I had to put that on here. Definitely the hottest intro of the year. Number 3 track, man, is God. Y'all remember, like I said, when I do these first reactions, y'all gotta understand it's a first reaction. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a first listen. A lot of people listen to the song about 20 times and then come and watch my videos and then have the nerve to, you know, say stuff that I missed and say blah 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 after, you know, they become experts on the track. Like, you know, be reasonable. Think with your mind. You gotta understand, you listen to the track 20 times, I listen to the track once. You know, obviously you're gonna have more knowledge on the track, and so don't come spewing at me like you know everything, you know, trying to prove a point in the comment sections. Bruh, like, yo, it's my first time listening to it, so when I first listened to God, I didn't like it, you know, which is cool. It happens. People don't like songs on the first listen. There's a lot of songs I don't like on the first listen. After a couple more listens and the stuff he was saying and how it hit me, God is literally one of the best tracks on that album. It was so simple. Like, it was nothing crazy, nothing complex. He wasn't saying anything, you know, like super lyrical. It's just the impact of his words. Everything that he was speaking on was truth. Stuff that I have been through, stuff that I feel. I know what he's going through. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was basically saying, like, don't judge me. My mama caught me with a strap. Don't judge me. I was young, fucking all the rats. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't judge me. Don't judge me what I am now based on what I did before. That is your character. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you grew up and, you know, what you did when you were younger, you know, it builds you. Builds you as a man, you know, it builds character. It's what it's what made you what you are today. And a lot of people don't understand that, like, you know what I'm saying? You got it, you know, a lot of people don't have that nice pristine past of, you know, oh, I went to school and I went to college and I did all this and I was clean, never had anything on my record, no drinking. You know, it's not like that. You know, everybody live a different struggle, and you got to understand that. So, you know, just like I said with Kendrick, man, what he was saying in that track, I loved it, man. Like, amazing track from Kendrick, and it was the most slept on track that I slept on. I slept on that track. The second track, man, of the year, y'all gonna hate me for this. Y'all really gonna hate me for this. A lot of y'all gonna hate me for this. But number 2 is Passion Fruit. Drizzy. Y'all can say what y'all want, man. Boy, I be in the Jetta, boy. Passionate from miles away. I be bopping like this. I be like this. Passion with the things you say. 3 in the morning, I be like, I got a black in my mouth. I be how do you know? I be chilling, bro. That's definitely a bop. That's something you can pop a top to. That's something you can drive to. That's something you can play at the party. Something you can get sexy to. That track right there from Drake. A lot of people say they can hate that track, like, oh, I hate track for that passion fruit shit. But I guarantee you, they was bopping. If they girl been like, hey, babe, let's bop this while we fuck. Shit, turn that passion fruit on there and shit. I guarantee you, bro, don't let these niggas front on you, man. If you like the track, man. Don't worry about other people's feelings, because at the end of the day, man, it's your opinion. Fuck how people feel, and that's just how I feel, man. Number 1 track here of the year, my opinion of the year, number 1 track, Story of OJ. Jay-Z. Jay-Z put a lot of y'all niggas on, man. If y'all don't know, and I'm saying niggas, as when I say niggas, I mean niggas. Black people. Yo, Jay-Z was trying to put people on, like, the whole controversy of the track was everybody thought that Jay-Z was trying to flaunt, because, you know, he bought a painting for $1 million, sold for $2 million. 4 years later, that shit worth $9 million. 8 years later, that shit worth $20 million. He was literally trying to put y'all on, basically saying, like, invest. If you got $8,000, $9,000, put it in a stock, put it in NASDAQ, put it in something that can increase over time. Because there's no look, I'm gonna tell you right now, there's no reason to get, for me at least, I want a nice car, and if my money allows it, I will get a nice car within the next 2018. I will get a nice car, I get like an Audi or something. Just because, you know, I really don't buy nice stuff like that. I don't buy designer shit like that. I don't buy anything like that. But, you know, people out here in the hood, you know, they go shopping every Friday, and, you know, you got all that drug money, you know, spending $3,000, you got $3,000, $4,000 of drug money, and, you know, you want to buy $1,000 Louis Vuittons and shit like that. That's just not smart money, man. So just so you can go to the club and show off, pants sagging and shit like that, yo, man, get your mind right, man. Your priorities are not straight. A lot of people just understand. And then he was basically saying, like, yeah, you want clean money, put it into property, clean that money up. You know, like, find a way to clean the money up. Yeah, you have all that drug money, but it's dirty money. And that's the problem people don't understand. Like, oh, they're cool with it, I'm gonna just throw it on all the strippers. Like, I'm not giving strippers my money. Like, I worked hard for that money. And I'm sorry, baby girl, I'm not giving you my money as a stripper. I don't care. Look, if I want some coochie, I take my ass on Tinder or something. Like, it's that simple. It's really not a hard concept. I'm not going to the strip club to feel bad about myself. Like, yo, whatever. If I want some coochie, you know, it's not hard out here. But let's believe Meami is good. You know, I just don't understand why you need to go to the strip club to see that. To throw money for what? I mean, I guess what people tell me, you know, my hood friends, it's just like that sense of like, yeah, I got it. You got to show people. I was like, I never understood what's the point of proving people wrong. Like, yo, as long as I know I got it, it's all good. That's all about your star player, like Cat Williams said. It's all within you. Love yourself before you can love other people. That's what people don't understand. They're too busy trying to impress others and not even trying to impress themselves. Like, whatever, man. But that #1 track story of OJ, he tried to put y'all niggas on. So listen to that track if you want to be put on. Be smart with your money. Like, there's no reason to buy $70,000, $80,000 cars. I still think that's, like, you know, a dumb investment. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, buy and current year cars as well. If you're not rich or whatever, there's no reason to buy a current year car. Get a 2-year-old car. Get a 3-year-old car. If you want to get something luxury, still get a 3-year-old Beamer, a 4-year-old Beamer. It's not, you know, you get it for like $30,000 cheaper. Like, come on now. Not being smart, but. That's my favorite tracks of the year. Let me know. Give me y'all top 5 tracks of the year. I don't want y'all to put 25 down there. Just comment in the box below top 5. I'll be cool with that. About to go get some Chinese food. I'm on the rush right now. I still got to do my top 10 albums, but you know, I'm glad that I got this 25. It was a good video. I feel like a little long, but hopefully y'all will sit for the whole video. Thank y'all for everything in 2017. Hopefully 2018 is gonna be a great year. And till the next time, this has been your boy Dev. Don't forget, follow me on social medias if you don't already. Show me some love on Twitter. I'm very active on Twitter and Instagram. And yeah, till the next time, this has been your boy Dev. We out.